How you guys doing? It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. Oh, it's been a fun day. You can see I've got a bunch of stuff going on back here behind me. So, hey, kind of is what it is there. Got a little bit of an unboxing for you too later. And finally got the internet issues in the area done. So, yeah, so now I'm back. Last week I had to do it a little differently. This week, back in the game room, which is where I want to be. So, all right, you guys. Hopefully you're having a good weekend there. We did our game today at the coffee shop, and that was pretty fun. We did some Alpha Strike. That should be up for you to see if you want to see that. For some reason, if I use the phone, it constantly wants to set the stream to private, which just sucks. Hey, Charles, how are you, sir? Hello, Charles, and Mythos. Hello, Mythos. Um, Took me a couple of minutes late to get going, but they did add some cool stuff to this platform, and I was like, man, there's a few more things I got to figure out that I could add to that would make it more fun. But yeah, today we played at the coffee shop Alpha Strike, which is something I like. I mean, I liked BattleTech's concept. I just didn't like, that it took so long to finish a game. Sorry, I'm a little scraggly. I haven't trimmed up my beard today. Haven't done my hair. I think it's because Keegan's not here, to give me motivation. He's out driving around and stuff. So yeah. Oh, there's Keegan there. Hello, Mr. Keegan. You still on the road, sir? I'm guessing you were earlier. I don't know if you are or not. But it was a good day at the coffee shop, and Alpha Strike's pretty fun. So that works out. Like I said, that video is there for you guys to watch. For those of you who didn't get to see it earlier, if you're interested, I know I had actually quite a few comments on the other Alpha Strike video, so I know it's something people want to see. So that's good. Um, we are getting ready for the March to Victory convention. It's been a little hectic, crazy with my work. Has been not crazy in a bad way, just a lot of work. And last night I ended up having to take my mom to the doctor. She had to go to the hospital for a little bit. And she's doing okay today, so that's good. But things come up unexpectedly sometimes, and just got to kind of work around it. And Charles says he's working on through the Battle of Tonga, 1914. Nice. And you're doing some works. Um, Working on a P-51, not many parts. I don't think there's too many parts to those, but there's some cool models, most definitely. Um, and actually, I used to do a lot of bigger model kits when I was as a kid. Those were kind of fun, cars and planes and crap. I don't have them anymore though, so I'm gonna have to. That's probably why I like miniatures so much, is it gives you models to work with. I am busy trying to make last minute um, work, finalize things on these guys. I've showed them to you before. So now I've just been adding more details, so it's not something the camera will probably pick up that great. And trying to get this um, objective marker to where I want. It doesn't look like the box. In fact, I was looking for a decal, but they don't have any decal in the box. So um, it's kind of coming along. I'll see how that works out and get it done. But yeah, my table's got some stuff. I do have a little box back there, right there, and I ordered some 3D resin printed uh, things. One of them's an artillery and some tanks, so that will help. Well, using the Russians when I'm fighting like the Americans, because when me and Keegan did a Red Dawn scenario, that the militia is pretty damn tough, man. They once you deploy them, they can really hammer on stuff if you're not prepared for it. So the only way to effectively fight some of those ground troops is artillery. So if you have some artillery with some range, then you can go to town on that and try to stave it off. But otherwise, they're pretty tough to beat. So yeah, but you keep at that, Charles. You got some interesting stuff on your channel. I like to try to stop and watch, and some of you guys I haven't been able to this last week's just kind of taking it away. So if you notice, I'm busy catching up doing the likes because I know likes help the channels out and things quite a bit. So give me a chance to get caught up on that. I finally got things back in order where I can do some more stuff in the room here and do get that taken care of. So there we are. And Mythos, um, I appreciate all your kindness that you've shown me, man. It's been a lot. You've really helped us out quite a bit, and I appreciate that. And you've all helped me out. Mythos there he's been there for me to talk to on the phone when I've seen Keegan dancing and I've needed psychiatric. I just needed a little over the phone hug, and Mythos has really brought me out of the depths of despair. And Keegan, we got to talk to you. You just can't randomly run around stripping and stuff, man. Like it's harmful sometimes. I can't unsee things. You know what I mean? So we'll have to take it from there. We'll get him some help. And now he wants his squats to do mud wrestling. So it is an interesting world. Yeah, Mythos is encouraging it. You see what I posted in the chat earlier, Keegan? You and your idea to have the squats mud wrestle. Yeah. Yeah, Charles, that does happen, man. Reorganizing your room. I had cable moved to the back here, which was one of the things, waiting on the company. And so I didn't want to be running Ethernet cord, all the way from the front room back. So that brand new hardwood floor I put in, they had to come out the other day and drill through it right over here, the side of the desk, so that it comes up and it's underneath, so directly the desktop that you don't see is hardwired to the modem because it's just a better signal. Well, hey, who took my dice? How are you, sir? I'm glad you stopped by. How are you guys doing? I can. Where's my other? I had to move my other camera. So sometimes I turn the other camera on, and what's on the side of the desk you can see here. Who took my dice? But it's basically a lot of troops. Been doing a lot of work and doing a lot of detail. It just isn't going to show up that well on this camera. I have to individually take pictures with my other camera. That'll get the detail on them. But we're getting those ready. Who took my dice? Because we're going to that March to Victory event on the 24th. I'm going to leave, so 25th is a Saturday. We'll be doing some live streaming and interviewing the other gamers there, and me and Keegan have a table that we've got set up. If you go to marchtovictory.net, you will also see our Gamers with Coffee logo at the bottom as a sponsor, so we're on there, and we're gonna have some fun, and we'll show you what some of the other gamers got. It's all tabletop gaming there. Who took my dice, and it will be pretty good stuff, pretty interesting. And I don't think Keegan's allowed to buy anything at that point. So yeah, he bought a lot of stuff the last time we were there because they had a silent auction. So there's quite a bit of terrain and things that we got. And this year, it's just going to be more fun because now we get to display a game. So that's why I'm trying to make sure I get this done. It seems like things are always coming up, so it's dragging it out a bit. But boy, they're close to being done. And I got a few more that I ordered that came in yesterday. I'll do a little unbox on those and then start getting those painted up so I can take those too. So should be a fun time. We just have to make sure that when we get in the car and it's a 5.5 hour drive, that I don't I don't want Keegan eating anything gaseous. I mean, because it's not good, you guys. It's not. Keegan knows what I'm talking about. So hence my table here generally is pretty clear, but now it's just going through stuff and quite a bit of things on there. There's a present outside my door. Oh no, Keegan. There's a present outside my room door. I thought I heard someone come in the house because I have that door shut. So now I'm curious. Well, hold on a second. I guess I'll go over here and see. Guess we'll find out. Let's see here. Threw a bag there. All right, Keegan, come on, man. What is it? What? Coffee. Okay, that works. Oh. And I love pepper, so. Thanks, Keegan. He brought me samples from the hotel. That's very kind. You didn't have to go out of your way to buy me anything that way. Free coffee, free salt and pepper. Oh, good. It says condiments. I thought Keegan left something else, but condiments. That's okay. That's good. I'm not afraid now. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Keegan, for bringing me samples from the hotel. Cool. They will get used, especially the coffee packs, man. It's organic coffee. Keegan's laughing, huh? So, Charles, what'd you say? Your dogs have a bigger space under the table to sleep? I guess if they're going to be there with you when you do your stuff, you may as well have room for them. I know what that's like because sometimes Jesse tries to get under my table, and then there's not much you can do. Small folding table can be left set up, notwithstanding your younger granddaughter. Yeah, once they can reach, man, once they can reach, it's over, dude. That's what I was trying to tell my son. The little miniature I talk about, she's now, standing and walks along all sorts of things and reaches up. And she reached up and turned my son's Xbox off the other day when I was watching her. Just reached up and she looks at me and smiles and goes, blink, and turns it off. And I said, Josh, you know that Maya turns your Xbox off? He goes, yeah, Dad. Somebody called me the other day and said that I'd been on and off over 30 times. He goes, it was the baby spamming the button. So, yeah. Yeah, Mythos. That was thoughtful. That was thoughtful. And Keegan says, add it to my coffee stash. I will, man. It's all good. I will. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure how you got rid of a bin, Charles, because literally every bin I have has stuff in it. Like I can't get rid of it. Yeah, that always gifts are nice. I mean, he brought it to the door. I thought I heard somebody, but I didn't know if it was Keegan or not. So that tells me he's back in town. And like I said, was a little leery about the one, but at least it says condiments. So we're good, Mythos. Don't turn that any other way. But if you hang around more, Dice, then you'll see that Keegan sometimes gets on here and dances, like for Mini Wormut. But Mini Wormut does encourage him. I have to tell you. So, but free gifts, free coffee. I mean, we are gamers with coffee, so free coffee is free coffee. I will gladly accept that. He says, good job, Keegan. And he's serious about it. So there you go. It is always fun. So that means Keegan had a good trip and Crystal had a good trip. I guess the fact that Keegan come back meant Crystal didn't get rid of him. So there goes my 20% of the insurance, Mythos. But Oh well, maybe next week. We'll see. So it'll be interesting when we get out there and get stuff going. But yeah, it's been pretty productive. Most of everything here is done. I'm just trying to finalize stuff, and I don't think I'm going to base them this time. I think around their feet, I'm just gonna, because you got to paint the shoes black. I'm just gonna maybe do some lead belcher on there and then glue all those in, and then later on just if I want to base them, because I'm not sure. I mean, I like basing them. The problem with me wanting to base something is I want to get an army that's got, that's all winter based, and then this army is all, desert based, or this army is all, and then it gets to be a bit much. Um, so yeah. So thanks, Keegan. That was cool of you. But we will we will do some more Alpha Strike here and there too. I guess Clint's now into Monster Apocalypse. I don't know if any of you guys know anything about that, but I don't know. Oh wow, nice, Charles. See, if it's spread all over, then you're better off getting rid of it. And what'd you say, Mythos? Oh, do you think it looks better? I just like all more grungier looking, I guess, more mountain man kind of a thing. I don't know. I just didn't trim it up. Normally, it's all trimmed up much more. Um, but and then you can see the whites all starting to stick through. I guess that happens though. But cool. I don't know. I just haven't trimmed it up. I've just been too busy. I was like, damn, I didn't even comb my hair normally. I put some gel in it and comb. I didn't have time for that. So I couldn't get myself all trimmed up and proper. But that's okay. You know, that's just me. So it's all good. I don't know if I can get rid of anything on my desk. I do have, well, here, let me, um, not sure who all's still there. That's the only thing is this doesn't really tell me about. Turn the light on. I might give some more. There you go, Charles. Let me move this cord. Got some extra guys kind of hanging out in the corner hiding. And can't really get too much off my desk. See what I mean? This icon for everybody knows who this is. But in the game it's going to be like this. But they had decals on this objective on the box. I don't see any in the box. And this is just setting in there so it could dry. It's got a, I don't know. I mean, I kind of almost don't want to glue it down because for transport, it would suck. And these guys aren't glued in yet. They're just kind of sitting there making sure I got the pose down, but I've got to add some Iraqi sand to the camouflage on these guys here. Oh, let's see, where is. I was showing Keegan, these are the T64s now. Look at this just for a second. This is the stock T64. And all this extra armament. Let me do it this way. Find something to point with. Well, hopefully I don't cut myself. So this, you glue these on individually. This is glued on as armor. This thing is glued on. That's all glued on. That's the model kit. See, this one's identical, except this one's resin. Look at that. And you freaking would never know the difference. That's identical. Matter of fact, Clint and Keegan, when we played the game last week, didn't know. Had no clue. And none of this was glued on. That was the nice part. This is completely just molded all one piece. Because these little pieces, they're sometimes a pain. Like you got to glue the gun on the kits. And you think it's easy, but it's actually not because it's trying to hold against a small little spot right in there. And if you don't glue it, the only one it's easy on is this one that's going to be the commander because see you got the open hatch. Otherwise, no. So the resin model, now that I have the cards, actually is a much better deal. Oh, what did you say there? You got going through crap and cleaning stuff I don't need. Do you know what? It's amazing who took my dice, how much we end up with. And then we go, well, we'll get rid of that one day. But no, wait, I might need it for whatever. And Charles, yeah, if you had a desk, it'd be good. I mean, that's why I converted this room, right? Because here's the secondary desk I use for painting. And then there's my fake brick wall. And there's my shelf with games and books. But then there's the table. Now the table, if you can see my tripod, headset, laptop, all this stuff is out because I'm going through stuff. And then I've got to get things set up, certain cards to take with what we're doing and whatnot. So my Red Dawn books. But this table I want to go through later and just kind of clear it all off so I can get some other things done. But you can see there's more figures there that I'm working on. There's my HQ. You can see it because it's got a gold base. And then these guys have to be finished up. So once I do that, yeah, there's stuff everywhere. And more down there. So, yeah. So I completely understand that. So Charles, you cleaned up now. You got room for more standard size game boxes, huh? Yeah, yeah. That's why we clean in the miniature industry. Is we clean so we have more room to buy more stuff. And yeah, who took my dice? When the kids are there, you will have stuff everywhere. Just be aware that one day the kids won't be there, man, and it's kind of sad, really, honestly. And then all the noise, all the disturbances, they all go away, and pretty soon, just it's weird. You know what I mean? So I know the others know, but who took my dice probably don't. But this room was the kids' game room. You can see they have writing on the ceiling, and they did all this. So we just converted it into a game room, and that's what it was. It was always a room for them to game. So it's going to be a room here to do this stuff, and yeah. And Charles, you have 8 of you in a place, 2 granddaughters. So, and the granddaughters are hard to say no to, aren't they? I mean, it's kind of hard. I don't post like in the Facebook group. I'll chit chat, but I don't post too much to actual Facebook itself. And I posted one of my joys the other day was I found a car seat for a good deal, brand new. So now I got a new car seat in my car, man, and it's been like 22 years since I bought a car seat, but got a brand new one now. So now I can take the granddaughter wherever, and she's got room to fit in it, and it's good to go, and I don't have to hassle her in and out of the car, and she likes it because she likes going places. So who took my dice? So yeah, do they need so much? No, they don't. But do all of us hobbyists need as much as we have? Probably not. As far as needs go, I mean, you need food, you need water. You know what I mean? Yeah, cherish the noise, dude, because I'll tell you something. They guys aren't supposed to get upset and do all this other stuff. As men, we're not supposed to be able. But I'll tell you what, it's pretty hard, dude. It's especially when things change in a year, and it's weird now. Like you go to cook dinner, you're not making it for the boys and their friends. So I don't even know how to cook small batches, guys. Like, I friggin' can't. I'm like, okay, how do I make a small batches? Why can't since I've been a kid, I've cooked for a family. And then the noise, it's so quiet, it'll be like you'll hear echoes of the past. It's not always fun. So enjoy the noise and the chaos, because that all goes away. It's good to see them grow up and move on and do good things, but you get so caught up doing all this, going to work and whatnot, that pretty soon it just stops. All your time's gone, and yeah. So we'll save that for the Gamers with Coffee Depression show, and we'll go do that. And so I don't want to get too depressing, but just enjoy it. It's really cool. And that's what I love about my granddaughter. It helps me kind of relive all that stuff. And, I was talking to someone, so you got a car seat, Greg? I said, yeah, and a diaper bag. And I said, I watched a few YouTube videos on how to raise kids. So I think I got this, man. So we go out and we have fun, and it's all good. And I like it. And I'm glad to be a part of her life. So, and my other granddaughters and my other grandson. So we just have fun. But it does get quiet there, Charles, although sometimes it's nice to have some peace and quiet. Just, yeah. The other end of it's a bit much, but it's all right. It's all right. And like I said a million times, the room the kids gamed in, so it's kind of nice to sit in here because I can look at the walls and like, you want to see a true gamer wall? This is my son dealing with EA. You get mad, punch a hole in the wall. I told him, I said, we should picture frame those so that, you can write on there, picture frame. This is due to EA. So, but anywho, it'll be noisy as hell at the convention, and should be quite a bit different. So far, so good, you guys. I'm glad you guys showed up. It's nice to have met everybody in this gaming world and have some fun. Just trying to get things a bit more organized. The cable thing was big, mainly because I don't want to run the live streams wireless unless I have to. And you guys all understand why. So this way, it moved at this end of the house, even though they had to drill through the floor and crap. Now the desktop here is completely, directly wired to the modem. And I just want to make sure I have better connection when I do any of this stuff. So with that said, though, that did put things off for a bit. And then they had problems in this area, and it's just been unending. Although we're not under floods like California and some of these other states, and our areas aren't devastated, so I can't complain because I didn't have cable for about 2 weeks, so that's okay. I really can't complain about that. But it's an annoyance in this world because we have to have it anymore. So onward to 3D printing. I'm gonna have to pick me up a resin printer because this Russian tank came out so damn nice that it would be better for me to buy a box of cards, like this. This specifically is a box for Red Dawn, so they're all vehicle cards and stat cards and all that. It's better to do this for $15 and then buy these tanks for a couple dollars each, as opposed to paying $45 for 3 plastic tanks or 5, when you can do that for like $20 or something. So, and that's if someone else prints them. But if I picked them up, I realized the cost runs about 80 cents or so to $1. So it's just one day I have to get money. All right, Mythos, just to clarify that comment for everybody, I think you're talking about your printer, right? I think so. I know there's a little bit of a delay, Mythos, in this, but let us know what you're printing or what you're working on. And you guys should check out Frost and Fist for those of you that don't know. They got a pretty good channel there too. So does Charles. So does Who Took My Dice, and most everybody that comes by. If you're not sure, you can look at the YouTube, channels that I'm subscribed to there and check them out. They're all good guys with all cool stuff. Charles says he's yeah. So the reason we got to keep reorganizing as plastic addicts, I mean, as hobbyists. Sorry, truth there sometimes hurts. All right, Mythos. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun to do. I want to get a resin printer. The filament printer we have has done some really good things. Back to you, Charles. Yeah, you're gonna keep reorganizing unless you have the space. See, I have limited space. I was lucky. This room is not a big room, but it's the biggest room, because I live in a mobile home. It's the biggest room in this mobile home, and so for gaming, it works out. But I need to finish up other projects in the house to free up more room to take some stuff out of the closet here to go in another room so that I have more room for the gaming stuff. But reorganizing is just something that's like unending. You're just going to have to do. And so the 3D printing Mythos, when you get some things printed, you have to post some pictures because it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm buying this stuff just because Keegan's thing is broke and Clint's busy, but the fact that you can get such detail out of this stuff, and you're just going to save money. Now, I'm not against buying starter kits and stuff like that. I'm always going to do that. But in this case, like with Team Yankee, I can add to these Russian forces without buying, quote, official pieces because I have the card. But these are exact duplicates. So you can't tell any difference. Matter of fact, someone like Clint's really picky. His eye will catch things most people's eye won't. So when we're gaming, he didn't even realize it was resin until it got destroyed. And I honestly, purposely played it out so it would get destroyed so they could see it was resin so I could take the top off. Because they didn't know. They literally had no idea that that was a resin printed tank. They thought it was one of the original tanks. So resin printers are really, really evolved and have come a long way. It's just a money thing for me at this point, man. So Mythos, turn this light back off. Makes it a little darker, I guess. Yeah, you've got too much stuff. Sometimes that happens, man. But you always use the stuff. I have honestly gone through and started thinning out. You know what? This paintbrush is really done. I need to get rid of it. This is an old bottle of paint. It's no longer able to be mixed up and be worthwhile. So I'll just make a little list. I got to pick up another bottle, this or that. And I've gone through everything. That desk, the other desk I showed you there. When I moved it into this room, not only did I clean the desk, I cleaned every single bottle of paint. Wiped everything down as I put it away. So it's all nice and clean and organized, and I now know what I have, where before it was a little bit of a cluster, because I had it in the front room, but not now. Now I pretty much know where everything's at, and I've got to condense some of the things, and maybe sell a few things that I'm not going to be using anymore. Your hobby space is almost non-existent. Mine was for a long time. The problem with this hobby, Who Took My Dice, is we become addicts. And once that happens, you start getting things like dice. Why do we all have to have so many damn dice? But all of us have more dice than we're ever going to use. And so sometimes there's just things that it just gets to be too much. Like there was no way I could keep this stuff in my front room anymore. So the plus side to the boys moving out is now their room is the hobby room, but it didn't cost me an extra. I'm still paying rent, right? Nothing is going to change money wise for me. So it was just a matter of rearranging them, but only because I had the opportunity. For a long time I didn't. And if you got no space, it's hard to work when you don't have much space. It makes it difficult. It does. I mean, ideally, like I'd like to have something like Mini Warmup. He's got huge ass space to do his stuff in. And he's a really good guy. He's got just about every Zombicide game I think made, and he has a nice big area, and that's what all of us need is a nice big area. It's just hard to do sometimes, and if you can do it, great. Yeah, trying to make room. Who took my dice? That's the hard part there. Again, in my situation, I didn't have to. The kids left, so it wasn't. It was easier just to use this. Now I have more room, but I still have got to get some of the stuff out of the closet, and I kind of want to take that and convert it with shelves and stuff, so I have more storage space, but nothing that's taking up any more of the room. Because right now I got set up with this table. It's a 4x4 table, dice, and that's perfect. I bought it purposely, a 4 foot by 4 foot table, and it works great for the maps and the games and exactly what we need. And so with the way I've got things set up, you can walk around the table and do stuff. But hey, Brian, Mr. Mini Warmutt, we were just talking about you, and in a good way, though, sir. In a good way. Um, so Brian now has his own coffee cup too. So let them know, Brian, you have your own merchandise. Woo! It's fun to do. Oh, you're in El Mirage in Arizona, chilling at your daughter's house, huh? That's cool. You get to spend time with the daughter, have some fun. That's always good, man. And taking a break's always good because we don't never get no damn time back. So enjoy taking a break. It's it's a good thing. Never taking a break sucks. You do that for so many years, you realize, wait a minute, I don't get that time back. So chill out. That's what you got to do, man. That's what you got to do. But I'm glad you stopped by, Brian, because you're a wealth of knowledge on the Zombicide stuff. So there you go. Yeah, but see, you made it work, right, Mythos? You made it work, your little section of the counter next to the dish rack. But you've gone beyond that now because when I watch your show, you got quite a bit of stuff going on there. And Mini Warmutt's just chilling at the park. All right, watching them play a sport you used to play all the time. Basketball. Right on. Well, hello, Not Jay's Tabletop Gaming. How are you doing, sir? What'd you say there, Mythos? You were once dry brushing and got some paint splatters on clean dishes. Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want to get your wife angry. She would set you straight in a good way. Which, by the way, we got to get her back in a game again, Mythos. She had a lot of fun, didn't she? And if you guys don't know Not Jay's, go check his channel out too. Matter of fact, I think I get to meet you in person in just about 2 weeks, sir. So we can chit chat too. Um, what'd you say there, Brian? You tried for 10 minutes and you went to play basketball for 10 minutes and your body said, hey, what are you doing? Well, yeah, because I would have paid to see that video, Brian. Chris, if you happen to have any knowledge of that video existing, let me know. And Charles said his room was the original dining room, a bonus room on the other side of the kitchen. Yeah, whatever space you can kind of convert is best. Whatever you can use. Like I said, circumstances allowed me to convert this room. Otherwise, I was in a corner in the front room with some of the stuff either under the desk or on a shelf against the wall, and simply didn't have enough room anymore. So Chris says he's doing good. How are things? Actually, things are going good, Chris. You're right. We're going to see each other there at the March to Victory thing. Not too far. So here you go, Chris. I'm doing the finals on my Soviets there, and getting them ready. One thing I'm having an issue with is this objective, which is about what's supposed to be a what store, but getting all that stuff done and getting these guys done so that this force is ready to go. That's what I'm finishing up. And then I got some more goodies, Chris, over there. Some resin printed, more stuff, and assorted things on my table. But yeah, catch you up there. Oh, sorry, I put this camera back. There we go. And so March to Victory, you guys, is where we will be at, Gamers with Coffee there. And we got our own little table. Now, that's one thing, Chris, I just haven't heard back from Robin yet. I guess I don't know what table or what spot we use. I guess we'll find that out when we get there. Because I think ours is for Saturday. I can't remember if it was between 12 and 3 or 12:30 and 3. Something like that. And I was wanting to get there early on Friday. However, I won't be getting there till late Friday. And then we got the game set up for Saturday. So, but we'll still be there. And this time, I can let McMurray know we're trying a safer hotel because the last one was freaking terrible. But it was exciting because you just didn't know if you were going to make it through the night. It was kind of like, hey, roll the dice. Did we survive? We did. So, Charles says his game room is also his bedroom. You got too many clothes. Well, you kind of need to wear clothes unless you're going to run like an adult gaming channel, I guess. Dead Man's Hotel. Yeah. Dead Man's Hotel. McMurray had a crap hotel too. It was just really interesting. When you go to book something, in another state and the details are, oh, Chris knows. Hell, okay, you guys, there we go. 12:30 to 3:30. See, I couldn't remember if it was 12 to 3 or 12:30 to 3:30. Table 15. That's cool. That'll work. Is where I'll be located. Awesome. So we actually get to be in the building, Chris. They're not going to make us set up outside the building, like behind a wall or something, because we're the new guys. which would be interesting. Broadcasting live from the parking lot. McMurray loves the Roach Motels because he's waiting for something to happen. There's like an addiction. Oh God, here comes some sort of advertisement. Don't you love that? There we go. It's gone. Added to the block list, just like that. That's amazing. That just these things just pop up in your stream. So the nice thing is just click and send it to the block list, and they don't come up again till another one does. But yeah, I know he does there, Brian, because it's the excitement. That's what it is. The never knowing. And I'm telling you, they must have drug a body out of our room. That's what it looked like, the stain on the floor. And maybe part of being terrified, Brian, was the fact that Keegan was in a bed next to me and I wasn't quite sure. That could have been another possibility. Means population. Oh, you must mean popular. Yeah, I'm so popular I can broadcast from the parking lot. That would be fun though. I would do it most definitely. Typing from your cell phone. Yeah, my cell phone is terrible, dude. If I tell it something, it'll change it. It's what you spell, and you go to send, and it auto converts it to what it thinks it should have been. And I hate that. I don't want this stuff thinking for me. If my stuff is jumbled and messed up and don't make sense, that's fine because that's me. I don't want to try to correct it all the time. It's constantly doing that, and I hate that preemptive texting stuff. But sometimes from a cell phone, it will most definitely have a problem. Nah, I'm just gonna have some fun though, man. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody again and just going. It's gonna be exciting to get to go, and it's something that we want to just keep doing every year. We had so much fun the first time that we would like to keep going, except for Keegan's banned from buying too much stuff. I think because he spent a little bit more than he should have at the auction, but we'll see. Keegan's more like, oh, I'll buy it and just get in trouble for it later kind of thing. So we'll see how that plays out. So, but yeah, Chris, that's what today we played some Alpha Strike at the coffee shop. And every time I do that from the cell phone, I wasn't expecting to broadcast. I took my camera to do like a battle report, but Clint wanted to go live, so I didn't have my laptop. So when you go live from the cell phone, I found out it puts it to private, and so I had to go in there and undo it. So that'll be listed if people are interested in that too. Alpha Strike's pretty good. It's a much shorter version of BattleTech, so and I like it. It's a lot easier for me to play than the old school BattleTech. But other than that, that's what we're working on is getting the rest of this kit there done, and it's almost done. I have to shade some of the other guys on the other desk, so I have enough troops. Um, but some of it's just detailing. I'm trying to make them, really nice and presentable. So some of the details just taking a bit. And other than that, I think I'm good to go on that. And sorry about checking in so late yesterday, Chris, on your show. I ended up taking my mom to the doctor. She ended up at the hospital last night with some things, and she's okay today. She's out, but sometimes when I try to tune in to do things, it's like the universe says, "Hey, Greg, you're not going to rest right now. Nope, you're not going to do that." And so then it takes me off. But I like your show, man. It's pretty good. I enjoy listening to you guys, going back and forth. So I will pop on as much as I can. And Mythos, I think he said he was going to have me on his show one of these days, right, Mythos? I haven't been on his show in a long time, but he's on my show once in a while. So we got fun. Yeah, it's a good show, Chris. I've learned a lot. You guys have helped me out a lot. And over on the shelf over there is that other brand new Hex Encounter game that I got, much to Brian's dismay. But, hey, the Hex Encounter stuff is interesting. And I kind of like it. So I think I'll do more as I can. This one has the bigger chits. They're the 1-inch squares. So just going to make it easier for Greg's fingers and stuff. I don't got tweezers and whatnot, and easier to see too. So I think that's going to be more the direction I will go with, because it just looks like it's going to be easier for me. But I don't know. It came with 3 maps. So we got both games now I can do back and forth on. So just hanging back and chilling out. That's what I like to do here. Sometimes, Chris, if you ever pop by off and on, sometimes it's just me. Sometimes Mythos will pop on, or Brian will pop on, or other guys will pop in and out. So, like I said, it could just be me. Could be 5 people. It all depends on who wants to show up and hit the live stream, because any of you can do that whenever you want. I just put the link in the chat. You click it, and boom, you can get on and chit chat. Because that's all we do. we just hang out and talk for a little bit and catch up on things. And there's a ton in the gaming world, as you know. So there's just a lot going on, and a lot of things to cover. So it makes it pretty interesting and pretty fun. And I learn a lot that way too, because I don't know everything. Oh yeah, Mythos, you're always welcome on the show. Any of you guys can, like I said, and every once in a while we have it's just pretty much an open format, unless someone says, "Hey, we want to come on and talk about this channel or this and that," and then that's a little different. But otherwise, just pretty much an open format. So it's fun. It's a good time. But like I said, this is my last minute work. Once I get back from March to Victory, you guys, we will be going towards the others. Mythos, Gilliman that you sent me and Keegan are kicking around. Well, I want to, maybe you could help me set up a force if you want, that would include him. And then I want to do a fight with Keegan on that and video it, because you did an awesome job on that, man. I really appreciate that model. It's freaking nice. And let's see here. In case you guys didn't know, Mythos painted up this badass figure for me. And try to get the camera to focus. He did a beautiful paint job, man. And I'm super appreciative. So what I want to do, what I was saying, Mythos, is I want to get him engaged in the fight. But I am not an expert in Warhammer like you are. I mean, I dabble and I play a little bit, but I'm nowhere near the level that you're at with it. So I can put him there. See, check that out. And I want to structure something that would be a challenge and not an overwipe, but something we could just game. Me and Keegan can do it using him. So if you feel up to throwing me some ideas over the next few weeks, it don't have to be right away, because it'll have to be after the March to Victory event, because all my stuff is geared towards finalizing things for that. The hotel's finalized, the car is finalized, all that's finalized, time off finalized, finalizing the miniatures, but it's just a lot of prep to go. So when I get back, though, that's what I want to do, is I want to get him in a fight and get it going. And plus, I haven't played Warhammer in a while. I've been playing other things too. So there's all sorts of hubbub going on. I don't know if you've heard about that, Mythos, where we're looking at, Warhammer 50K, the 50K universe coming out. So it looks like you're going to get, 10th edition codex, and then we're going to go with 50K. So if that happens, that's what it looks like. Then the Warhammer universe is going to change, because I'm sure they'll introduce other things. But in the meantime, I like Warhammer. I like to play it too. So I just want to get this character in it. It will be fun to do. So your advice would be appreciated. Well, I thought that was super nice of you to do. And yeah, I like the detail, right down to the little grass you got in there and the flowers and whatnot. But we have to overcome Keegan's mud wrestling, his squats. So, but he really likes them, man, because he even plays them in, Necromunda. So he likes his squats. So we'll have to see. Maybe we could. I was wanting to do it against the Necrons, but I don't know. We'll figure some kind of fight out and figure some kind of points or something. And Chris, you're finishing up your ships for the Battle of Savo Island. See, I like the naval stuff, Chris. And I didn't think that for a long time. I'm not talking like Battleship, we played when we were kids and whatnot. And actually, me and Clint were wanting to play it when we were at work, and we would call it out in our work chat, because I used to work at the same company he did for a while. And people were just like, what the hell are they calling out? They like, what's wrong with these guys? But that's okay. They didn't know. And long story short, so Mythos and Brian and them, they kind of know that I've got like Sails of Glory, Oak and Iron are the two main naval games I have. and those are both from the 1700s, and plus you've got the pirate ships. I don't have any World War, II naval anything, but the naval games are fun. When I first ran across them, I was like, well, I don't know. And then I played one, and for my birthday, one of the years, my wife had bought me a Sails to Glory box, the Sails of Glory, and I've had fun. It's a good game. The maps are good, and I like naval stuff. So I'll be watching your naval stuff, and the Star Trek stuff is cool too. Mythos says that he can't guarantee me he'll beat the squats. No, I know there's no guarantees. I'm just trying to figure out what would be just a good two forces, one opposing the other, for a fight that could maybe be done, in under 2 hours or something, approximately, or an X amount of turns maybe. So that's what I want to do. But I want to get him into a fight, and so I want you to know, Mythos, I haven't forgotten about him at all. Just waiting. Okay, Chris, when is the? Well, I'll have to look at it. I didn't see, or at least maybe I missed the email from Robin. I'm not sure where the time schedule is. Like I didn't see that, but it could be that I'm simply not looking in the right place. Because I didn't look last year. I just got on there and I bought the tickets and we went and we had such fun that I told her then, hey, keep me on the mailing list. And she's like, and so now we're going to go this time. But if you're demoing the game then, Chris, you're going to do the game. Yeah, I know you have games. I heard you run games out there, but okay. Table 4. Okay, so I'll see if I can take you up on that then. And hopefully it's Saturday that you're doing it, or Sunday, because I won't be able to make it there till Friday night late. So I'm not even going to be able to get there. Our intention was to leave Thursday night, but my daughter wants to go with me, Crystal, and they won't let her off work. Her PTO is not there to do it, so we have to leave after work. She doesn't get off till like 5:30, so it's going to be super late for us getting in Friday night. But hell yeah, if you're gonna run a game where I can jump in on that, then maybe I'll just give Keegan the camera and I'll sit down and play, because I wouldn't mind learning, man. A lot of this stuff is just impressive, and my only problem, Chris, is sometimes you get so many rule sets in your head that it starts becoming confusing when you start doing too many games. So there's a drawback. At least for me, it becomes a little confusing. But hell yeah, I'll check that out. That would be fun. And is McMurray doing another? He did the steampunk airships, I believe, last time. So if he's doing another thing, that would be cool too. So see you guys, whoever's listening after this broadcast or whatever. It's the March to Victory events. It's fun, and the people are nice. They're good people. They're not, sometimes you go to conventions and you can tell it's just run by people who are not really gamers, don't really care. This is different. This is run by people who are gamers and they do care. So it's nice. Oh, he's doing Spanish American. Right on. That'll work. We're just gonna. That'll be good. The Spanish American fleets were interesting. So there's more naval games this time. That's cool. That's cool. I'm hoping that guy is there too, Chris, that did. Oh man, I took some pictures. I believe they were 58 millimeter. 58 millimeter, muskets, and he had a beautiful table set up with water and trees and the cotton for the rifles going off, and very impressive. It was really pretty cool. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name, but his table was, his miniatures were pretty cool. So you guys, they have a lot of interesting stuff going on there, and they had some good vendors there last time too. So it will be fun. It'll be fun, and I'm just wish me luck, Chris, because I'm waiting for a map. Oh, Chris Clucky. Okay, I'll look for him again too. But I ordered a map from Etsy for this game. I ordered it in February, and it's coming from the UK, and so it's en route, and it's supposed to be here before we go. If it gets here, it looks like it won't be here but a day or two before we go. So, man, you guys, I'm hoping that comes in time. It's a cloth map, and I'm not used to too much cloth. Me and Clint have some cloth maps for like tanks, but this is a big one, man. I don't know. It's a big map. It's a 6 foot by 4 foot gaming map, but it's appropriate for what we're doing for the Team Yankee stuff. So I'm just hoping that arrives in time to take, because that'd be nice to take and spread out and to game on, break it in. But either way, it's going to be a good time, and I enjoyed it so much, and it's worth the drive to us. I mean, better to rent the car. A lot of people have said, "Oh, just take your own car." But the problem is, if your own car breaks down or has an issue, you could be out, $2,000 trying to get home or something. So the rental car for us is the best way to go, and just seems to make more sense for us. But the drive time it's not bad. It's boring. It's a boring drive from where we're going. But then again, we get to stop at Waffle House, and I say hell yeah to that, because well, you want to hear something funny, Mythos? I took a picture of Waffle House, okay? And in this area here, I just uploaded to Google. On Google Guides, I guess they have me listed as a guide because I just constantly doing little reviews and stuff, trying to look for it now. Anyways, I took a picture of Waffle House, and here we go. Let's see if I can load this up and show you. I just kind of wanted to show you it. For some reason, man, it took off, and there we go. Pictures. I'm going to show you something, because you probably won't believe me if I just tell you. I got a picture of the General Lee too, General Lee car. I know, bear with me. I want you to look and see how many views that got. That's the picture I took. 2,127,000 views of Waffle House. Now, ain't that amazing? That's all I did. And I uploaded it, in 2 million views to Waffle House. But they don't give me no commission or nothing. So I wonder how many customers I referred to Waffle House when they're looking for places to eat out there. I just thought, wow. I mean, a couple hundred views when it's going to Google Maps and stuff, you kind of figure that'll happen. But a couple million views, that's interesting. I'm kind of proud of that. And yeah, I don't know. I figured I would show you that. It doesn't have much to do with gaming, except that's where we ate on the way out. And when we go out there again, we're going to stop at the Waffle House, because Iowa does not have a Waffle House. And the only way I'm going to get it is going out of state. So if I'm going to drive 5.5, 6 hours, then I may as well stop at a Waffle House, right? That's just, yeah, thanks, Mythos. I thought that was cool too. I was like, I get this notification. You got 250,000 views. I'm like, on what? And I was like, oh, Waffle House. And then another one, your views exceeded 500,000. I'm like, wow. And it's just been climbing that whole time. So I have no idea how to get that kind of views on YouTube. That'd be fantastic. But you do it through Google and upload a picture to help them on maps, and geez, it takes off. And you get nothing for it. they list you as a local guide. I have no idea what that does for you because there's no benefit. But it's kind of interesting to do something and have that kind of a response to it. Yeah, you'll get thousands of picks on that. Yeah. So okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about then, right, Mythos? But you're sitting here going, how could I get that on a video, right? Or something like that. And that's the interesting thing there. So yeah, I thought it's pretty cool. Um, Pretty cool thing. But it just, you don't get anything out. It's just an interesting thing to do. But anywho, without rambling too much about that, it's just all coming down to just 2 more Fridays, and then I can get out of here. And that Saturday morning, it's Waffle House. And then that Sunday morning, it's Waffle House. And then we'll do our journey back. Yeah, the reviews. It's kind of interesting to just put up reviews. That's what I do. So I'll just take a picture of food. Like some of the food gets, I don't know. I mean, some of these you'll get thousands of hits on, and it's just interesting what people are looking up. Yeah, Mythos, you need to go. It would be fun for you to go. I know you can't go this time at short notice, but I think you and Freak should plan on going and take your wives and go, and then run. You guys run a table with some Warhammer. You're highly knowledgeable in that. You guys would do good. Aha. So yeah, I like Waffle House. First of all, the prices are fair. They're not price gouging you, and you just get you get good food for the money. You're not paying some exorbitant fee to try to eat. So yeah, yeah, it's good. And that's part of the fun part about going out there. So one of these times, I know Brian was thinking, but he can't go, and I understand that. Um, but it would be nice to meet you guys in person too. Um, so that would be cool. That would be fun. And I think me and Keegan were talking last year, but seriously this year, Crystal and me, we're really trying to see if we can put together a run out there to Texas because there's other things to do in Texas too. Um, that we thought, well, we could go out there and do some of this other stuff and swing by your guys' place. And I promise I'll let you know so your wife doesn't wonder who that strange person outside is the front door. Who's that guy? That's that Greg guy and his entourage. Look, so yes, Chris. Hopefully next year that would be cool if both of them can go. So I would like to meet them in person. I know who Hissy Cat is and on your show, but I don't really know him. I do know Brian quite a bit, and Hissy Cat seems like a cool person too. You're a cool person, McMurray. So I just haven't run across anybody that's been terrible so far. And Harry, wow, Taylor, how are you, sir? I always like it when you stop by and say hi. We don't get to hear from you too much out there in Canada. So, oh, if Hissy Cat and Brian make it out there, you'll do a live show. That would be good. So, yeah, I talked extensively to Brian about going, but he just can't, and that's okay for the reasons he can't go. Completely understandable. Oh, your time change is messing you up there, Taylor. Yeah. Yeah, it would be awesome, Mythos. I mean, well, I'm gonna live stream from there anyways, and like we did last year, that was quite fun. Um, we kind of introduced it to a few people, and I've gotten actually questions all throughout the year, off and on about that. So I think it's a good thing. It's a fun event, and yeah, why not? The more of us that can meet up in person, at least it becomes more. I don't know. Just it'd be nice just to meet you guys. I mean, I met McMurray last year. I think I talked to you too, Chris, for a little bit. And but McMurray and me have a game we got to finish with Brian when Brian gets the chance. And last I knew, both of us were trapped on a train. And Brian's mind goes everywhere, so I have no idea what happens when we get off the train. I guess we'll find out. But he comes up with some pretty crazy stuff. Yeah, it should not be 5:16 in the evening already. I see, because of everything that happened yesterday, I didn't get to bed until about 1, and I forgot to set my clock ahead. So I just got up and I was like, oh, cool, I got a little bit more time before I go, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, time change. Yeah, werewolves. Brian's imagination there, Chris, is pretty good, and so you just never know what's going to pop out of a barrel. You never know what's going to happen, and depending on where that train ends up, we have no idea. So that'll be a fun game to finish up, because we were both kind of against each other. Me and McMurray in the game for a little bit, and I'm like, screw it, we'll just team up. Let's team up. He's like, okay, so we just teamed up and started working together, because if we didn't, we would have just been. I mean, Brian had a lot of obstacles, so yeah, sometimes it's better to just do that. I thought that was fun. It made it for a fun game. Although I'm not used to open-ended games, you know what I mean? So my mind wasn't on, oh, I can break this barrel, because I'm just generally play objectives and stuff. So it was a little bit for me to think on what I was supposed to do. Now I know the difference. So when we do that again, for sure, it'll be a little easier. But yeah, Taylor, I don't like the time change. I mean, I just wish we did what Arizona did. Just leave it alone. Whatever it is what it is. Constantly changing things doesn't really help. It messes up schedules and whatnot. So at least to me, it's annoying, and it makes it later in the day than what it's supposed to be or seems to be. But yeah, we plan on having a good time out there, Chris. So, and Mythos and Taylor. We should drag Taylor out there too. Get him out of Canada for a little bit. Drag him down to a game convention. Get him to a Waffle House. That's the most important thing, right, Mythos? To get him to a Waffle House, and he'll be okay. So if we can do that, we've accomplished our mission as gamers, because gamers have to eat. I mean, right? We need to keep our energy up. And coffee does go better with steak and eggs, I'm telling you. I mean, you'll bring the syrup. I bet you got some good maple syrup out there, though. I know if you get here in Iowa, if you buy some stuff that's like fresh tapped out of the tree, it's expensive, like $20, $25, $30 for a bottle. So that tells you that the other syrup that we normally eat is just synthetic junk. And then you look at the ingredients and go, yeah, it's junk. So some real maple syrup would be interesting to have. That would be cool. So there you go, Mythos. We'll just have to get a whole group of us and flood their convention next year and see how that works. But I think it'd be a lot of fun though. But that's where Greg's at for the week. I did win my Alpha Strike game today. It came down to me and Clint, mech on mech, and had I not destroyed him on his next turn, he would have destroyed me if he hit, because I didn't have enough armor left to get through. So that was fun. Out of eight mechs, a total of 4 on each side, it got down to 1 versus 1, and I finally won a game. It's been a while since I've won a game, because generally lately I've been on a terribly bad roll, literally of rolling badly, and that seems to be letting up today. it started to turn around. But you guys know what I mean? Like you get on those streaks where it's just like, what? Constantly rolling bad. And change dice, roll bad. Use a dice tower, roll bad. It's like, what? It's not even mathematically possible sometimes you feel like, but it is what it is. So today was a pretty good day, and got a lot accomplished. Now tonight I got to get some paint on these guys. I know you can't see it, but on their rifles I got to do a little bit of painting, um, and then on their berets they all have the Soviet. You're not going to see it. Dot of yellow, and then on top of that, now that it's dry from the other day, I've got to put some red on this, like this oak leaf it's got there. So that way, when you look at them, they all look uniform. And my paintbrush for that is a specialty paintbrush. It's called a needle. So that works exceptionally well on a lot of stuff. But what are you doing, Taylor? You got anything you're doing? You were running some games and stuff, and you had your table set up in your garage last I knew. But not sure what else. And on that, I don't know. Pretty much just got to put a coat of on these BMPs. I got to get a little bit of camo on there, and those will be good. Nothing new, Taylor. Sometimes it's hard to come up with something new. For me, it's more of a time constraint. Like I got some things to do, but things tend to come up. So as they come up, I deal with that, and then I go ahead and do what I can with the time that I have left to do it in. I mean, because it all boils down to the time. And there's times, sometimes this show will last 2 or 3 hours. Sometimes it's an hour. Kind of just depends on the time all of us have, or however long people want to hang around. And tonight I'll probably have to finish it up here in just a little bit, because I get to go get my favorite miniature in a little while, and me and her are going to have some fun. We're going to go to the store, Mythos, and every time someone comes up and goes, "Oh, how cute," because I'm holding the baby, I'm going to say, "Well, thank you, but what about the baby? Is she not cute also?" And we're just going to have fun with that. We'll see. It's Walmart. I mean, what's it going to hurt to try, right? Right. So sometimes people think I'm crazy, but that's okay. All the voices reassure me that I am just fine. But yeah, you guys, I don't know. Have a little fun in life. Don't let everything get you down. It's hard sometimes out there. But you can only do what you can do. And then we look forward to getting off a train with werewolves or going to gaming conventions. Chris, I will take you up on that offer and see if I can sit down and learn to play with you there while we're there. And Mythos, one day you should try to get out there. Hopefully Brian and Hissy Cat will go. That would be cool. That would be very interesting too, to meet them in person. Yes, I will go ahead and I will answer this for you, Mythos. This is, an unofficial gaming therapy group. I'm not licensed in any way, shape, or form. I just hold these therapy sessions on Sundays for free. I believe you should be constitutionally allowed to be crazy when you shop at Walmart. I believe that's a fundamental right. And I speak not as a lawyer, just as a living human being. So sure. If not, watch the craziness. Like people go, "Greg, do you got cable?" I'm like, "No, dude, I shop at the local Walmart. What the hell do I need cable for? If I want entertainment, I got to get some milk. And I'll go over there and just walk the store." And you're going to see, I mean, at least at our Walmart, my God, it's just, you see things sometimes you can't unsee. I will give you that. And other times you're just like, what? Is that really happening? You're really trying to walk out of here with that 55-inch screen TV that you didn't pay for? And now you're angry that you're being stopped at the door? Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting. What did you say here, Chris? Hold on a second. So it's a dead easy game. Oh, is this a set of rules you're doing, right, Chris? That I think I heard you talk about a little bit before, but I can't remember because I only catch parts of your shows sometimes, and sometimes when I listen, I can't. I'll have the baby, so there's no way to. You guys, I'll tell you right now, when I have the baby, there's literally almost no way for me to respond back. We should try to eat the phone. So I have to set it off to the side. So, yes, your own rules. Okay. Well, if you got your own set of rules and you refined them like that, that would be cool. And you should be proud of that. That's a good deal. We'll see how it works. I mean, what's it hurt to try? There's so many rules out there that there's always a way to make things simpler. But some people don't want simple rules. I've learned real quick. Um, so two sets of rules are good. That's why some games, I like Wings of Glory because, like I've said to the others, Chris, it's like you can get brand new someone into tabletop with that. It's super simple, or it can be very complicated. It depends on what you want to do with the rules. So it's an easy game to get into, but it expands and it can be all sorts of other problems with it. And the models are already done, and you just need a table. So yeah, I want to see what your rules are, man. That would be cool because rules are not always easy to figure out either, as far as building your own. So very cool. And in these rules, Chris, I'll ask you this question if I can. They are for naval gaming, or is it for like gaming in general, or mostly geared towards the naval end? Um, the Fistful of Lead rules that we picked up last year, those are nice rules. Those are pretty easy. Now, I haven't gotten any of the expansion books, but I'm going to look through them there because I'm sure I won't Jay and Robin have a something set up to I'm sure they'll have something set up like the last time where I can pick up a copy or something. Specific World War II naval combat. Oh wow, then you've got see World War II, you've got so many things you're gonna have to deal with on that naval stuff between the subs and torpedoes and aircrafts and bombers and whatnot. Yeah. That would give you a little bit of a challenge to figure out how that works. That's cool though. And so then they're going to work with any type of World War II models. Basically, go get your own models and then play the game on the rules you made. Nice. I think some good naval combat rules would be welcome in the gaming world because there's just not a lot of it out there. But yet it's popular and they got a diehard fan base too, right down to the 6 millimeter stuff. And I like 6 millimeters, which my only drawback is I got two or three little buildings. I need to get some terrain to do much anything with a little bit of 6 millimeter that I got, and it's mostly armor. So um, okay, you started with 24 armor. You're playing with. All right, there you go. Well, but scale wise, the rules will work for both. Um, is if that's the case, that's a good thing. So you guys, you'll have to check this out because if I sit down and play, I'll have Keegan live stream it, and we'll check out just how the games function. There's a lot to see there, and it's all I can say is it's pretty cool. Yeah, there you go, Chris. Etho says congrats on having your own game rules. Yeah, very cool. Um, so we will see, Mythos. I'll go out there and see if I can game with Chris. Figure out. Well, when are you doing the game, Chris? When does your game run? Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, if it's not a specific time, then I should be able to weasel that in. I just got to make sure my stuff's set up there. We're good to go. But if if you're gonna be doing it, I might probably do it afterwards. If you're gonna game in the afternoon there or the evening or Sunday morning, I think that'd probably be good for me because Saturday morning I'm gonna be a bit tired. I figure we'll get there probably around 12:31 a.m. So get to the hotel, crash out, get up, get a shower, um, and get down there. But yeah, if you're doing all sessions, then that would be cool. Okay, so anytime. So then that will be easy. I can work around that. I'll take you up on that offer. We'll do that. Because honestly, naval stuff does interest me. A lot of the historical stuff interests me. I've just always, I think it really got into the tabletop stuff a lot years and years and years ago with Wings of Glory and tanks and stuff like that. And then some of the other stuff, the more historical stuff that I've talked about before, I just told Brian's got a few of that. He's kind of wanting to check some of that out too, but I really don't have anyone to game with. Oh wow, Charles, sounds like you're working there. You emptied another full size bin, huh? Well, where are you emptying now? Are you just like throwing it away, or uh, oh, I see. You moved a bin into the hope chest. That's what it sounds like. So, see, that's the thing. Some of the stuff's hard to kind of part with. Like I like my Star Wars stuff, my X Wings, and I have slowly and steadily been getting stuff together to kind of sell that I'm not using, but I want to keep my main force, or at least a core force to fight with. And because I do like X Wing, it's a fun game, but it's not something I play repetitively all the time. One year we were playing it all the time, and you guys know how that goes. There you go, Chris. There's a question for you. When you get ready to publish it, um, let us know, and you know, spread the word so that people know where they can get a copy at. There's your answer there, Charles. Chris will let everyone know when it's on the show when it comes out. That's good. And if for some reason I am not able to make that show, email me or send me a message on Messenger, Chris, and I will let my people know too. Or you could come on if you want on this show and talk about it too, and spread the word that way if you'd like. Very cool. That's cool. That would be a nice little sense of accomplishment. So, especially if you've already got a publishing company set up, because there's quite a few of them that will do things like publish on demand, where you know what I mean. They're going to charge you $7, and if you charge people $10, you know they'll print it and do all that stuff for you. That's just an example, price wise. I'm not don't take that in stone. Just you know what I mean. There's print on demand ones that would help you with that too. I think that's going to be cool. So I have to get some naval naval models or see. Don't get that Victory at Sea stuff, man. That stuff. Clint got it, and that's the one that Johnny B broke while he was talking to Kaiser on Modeling for Advantage. He was going, "Oh, this," and the thing snapped. And Clinton had a box of that, and so did Keegan, and that resin on that stuff is junk. It's like you charge you $125 for a box, and it's so brittle, you'd be terrified to drop it or something, you know. So I have to find a place for some good models. Actually, you can get, I think it was Clint was showing me, some of them are getting like acrylics that are cut and etched. So it's the battleship's correct size, carrier's correct size and whatnot. But I think you can buy them that way too. But either way, if you got some good naval models to game with, then you're okay. The ones that came with Sails of Glory or Oak and Iron, they're sturdy ships, and they sit on their plates very well. Of course, those are 17 to 1800s, sailing ships in a different time period. But you got to find something for World War II. That would be neat. Very cool. Chris is working on his own game rules, and Greg's working on his own coffee. I just have to, I guess we would call it a nutty blend, huh? If you're a little crazy, then you'll brew a cup of this, and it will keep you going. There you go. Something to that effect. However, let's see here. All right. Well, you guys, I appreciate you coming on. I think I'll have to go ahead and wrap it up here shortly so I can get going and pick up the little miniature. And she's fun. And unfortunately, it's like, hey, you got time to spend, and I spend it with her. I guess I could do some of this other stuff, but it's just too much, man. she's hysterical. And the last little bit I got, I'm pretty sure I'll get this done. Well, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to get it done before we go. But yeah, almost there. Thank you, Mythos. I appreciate it. It's your guys' show. The Frost and Fish show is good. Not Jay's show is good. All you guys, I enjoy all your shows. Sometimes I can't always answer. I just, like I said, if I have the baby, it doesn't mean I'm not there. It just means sometimes I literally can't answer. I can't sit her down at my desk and watch it on this monitor because there's no way she's just gonna try to eat all this or play with it. And so there's a lot of times on there I just can't comment. So forgive me for that. But I like your guys' shows. That's why I talk about them and pass the word along because it's good times, man. It's all good times. And so Mythos, if you get a chance, check out Not Jay's Tabletop Gaming and vice versa there. And I will catch up with you guys later. Taylor, take care out there in Canada. Don't just forget about us here in the States, man. We're glad you came by though. And I'd really love to keep going, but I'm just gonna have to cut it short, you guys. You have a great night. I will see you next Sunday. Chris, I will see you in about 2 Saturdays, and we'll catch up. All right, you guys, you have a good night.